Hi, we're going to take a look at logarithmic graphs. So let's look at the basic form or the parent form of all that. And what that means is just that chunk right there. We'll deal with the 1/2, we'll deal with that 3 later. So number one, what is my base? My base in this case is that fraction 1/4. Okay, cool. Moving on to the second step. Let's take that 1/4 and drop it into our 3 predetermined coordinates that never change. B is 1/4, we get that there. This is going to be 1/1/4. Do some fraction magic, and that ends up flipping things around, giving us just 4. Let's take these 3 and plot just our parent function. So I'm going to go over 4 spots. I'm going to go down 1. I'm going to go over 1 spot, up 0. I'm going to go over 1/4, up 1. Okay, and then let's connect. So what we have going on here is this graph will forever go to the right, very slowly go down. This will forever go upwards, and it's going to creep up to that y-axis, but it's never going to touch it. Okay, now let's try to introduce this 1/2 into 3. Come back up here. So if we remember back to quadratics and vertex form, we could shift our graph around by using these little movements. This number at the end tells us we can shift our graph up and down. The H inside parentheses says we can shift things left and right. The A told us a couple things. With a quadratic, we'd get really wide or we get really skinny. In this case, we're going to get either tall or flat. And if there was a negative in there, it would tell us to flip the problem. Okay, so what about order of operations right here? So this also says I got to take care of multiplication first and then the addition subtraction stuff. So let's take care of multiplying. I want to take all my y values, multiply them by 1/2. So we're at 1, let's take 1/2 of that. And we're actually going to be somewhere right about that. Take 0, cut that in 1/2, doesn't change. We're still there. Take 1/2 of +1, which is about there. Okay, now let's take that value of a 3. So here we kind of got a little flat. That 3 now says we're going to move in the positive direction 3 spots. So let's take everything and shift it over 3 units. We're going to come out here, go 1, 2, 3. Take this, go 1, 2, 3. And then this guy, go 1, 2, 3. And now that happens. Okay, so this graph forever goes to the right. It creeps down very slowly, but it's always going to move that way. This graph will forever shoot up, but now it's creeping over, and the new asymptote that we have, the new line that we're never going to hit, is this x equals 3. Why? Well, originally it was the y-axis, but we just shifted everything over 3 spots. So this line goes up forever, and it's getting closer and closer and closer, but never touching that dashed line or that asymptote. And that is graphing logarithmic graphs.